My name's Tony DiMatteo. I'm the CEO of Lottery.com. We're about a 3-year-old company. We've raised about $23 million to date in equity. Our core business is letting people play Powerball Mega Millions online in the US. And we do that in a completely compliant way. We work with the states. And so last year we were thinking about our Series B, and we got a few term sheets for about 100 on 5. And then we kind of learned what ICOs were, and that was in the utility token time, about around summertime. And we kind of quickly realized most of the actual money that we had raised in equity has been from family office and strategics. And we just sort of thought, our type of sophisticated investors would never want to get into something that, like a utility token, which potentially could be so speculative. And so then we met the right people, and we learned about what a security token is, and that's actually what we're doing now. And the way that I explain a security token is that it's a security first and it's blockchain second, meaning it's just a Reg D 506C offering, general solicitation, only accredited investors. And everybody knows what all of those rules and regs are, and it's under the SEC's purview. And then what we do is when you tokenize it, all you're doing then is putting that security on a liquid exchange in 12 months after the lockup period. It's that simple. So the idea was to make it a very easy way for a family office or an institution who wants to invest into crypto and wants a very easy way to do that with all of those same investor protections. So in any case, the value proposition actually for our STO is a 7% pro rata revenue right of any and all raffle tickets that we ever sell on our platform in perpetuity globally. And so to start with, we partnered with several brands, Forbes Impact, Rihanna, which we announced yesterday, and her foundation. And we're working with several UN agencies where I'll announce soon. We're going to be doing a $5 billion global impact raffle to end extreme hunger. And of that $5 billion, $3 billion will actually be donated to this UN agency, which is tasked with ending extreme hunger. And it turns out they raise $6 billion a year on their own, but they need 9. And so if we can actually make up that shortfall in 1 year, we can meaningfully say that we've at least not necessarily solved world hunger, but we've fed all of the hungriest people in the world. And so 7% of that for the token holders, that comes back to the token holders as a yield or dividend. And that's basically it. So that's $350 million back in the first year. And we have a very big pipeline of other nonprofits who want to be part of our platform. And this is, in my opinion, the future of charitable fundraising is through these raffles and sweepstakes games. And I would say one thing that's very important to understand is because of the recent tax reform, the Council on Foundations has said that most people do not need to itemize their taxes anymore. So millions of Americans won't itemize, and you can't have charitable deductions if you don't itemize. And so they expect somewhere between $16 and $24 billion lost in charitable giving a year now here in the US. And so if somebody is passionate or they care about a particular cause, they still need that extra carrot sometimes to actually make them take action. And if it's no longer a tax deduction, it has to be something. And that's actually where we come in. So now instead of it's a deduction, you now maybe have a chance to win $100 million, or you get to go backstage and meet your favorite celebrity, or you get to have some awesome experience. And so that anyways, I think is we're just gamifying charitable giving. This kind of first large global one, the $5 billion one, we're going to white glove that and make sure that it's incredibly successful. The evolution of the platform is for it to become more self-service. Now you would still have to be like a qualified nonprofit, whatever that means in whatever jurisdiction or country you're in. But it becomes a way for you to raise money. You could be a church or a school somewhere that actually just wants to leverage the power of running your own raffle.
I do have one quick question. Just wondering about have you guys run into any legal issues here in America in terms of having to deal with state laws or federal laws with lotteries? And how are you working around those?
Yeah, so that's our core competency is actually dealing with the states. When we started the company, everybody told us it's impossible what you're doing. You're trying to get a state to allow you to take their product and bring that online. And so we did it. It took us a year to get one state to say yes to us. We're live in 5 states now, Texas being the biggest one, and actually we'll be live in New York in about 3 weeks. And New York is the #1 market, and that has just been seen as impossible to do. But that's bringing the actual official state-sanctioned games like Powerball and Mega Millions online. We can run sweepstakes, which are effectively that same type of game in all 50 states right now, and then raffles internationally. Thank you.